So I trained at a university where there was a lot of research, and so I was exposed to research really from the beginning at medical school. And so that has really been a sort of a secondary track alongside my clinical studies all along. But I had great mentoring at university in some of the projects that I did. And when I then became a qualified doctor and started working in gastroenterology, I was lucky enough to get a great PhD project with some excellent supervisors who really taught me the basics of scientific research and got me very enthusiastic about doing research. So I would say the greatest thing that has got me into doing research is the people that I've met and the mentors that I've had. That's a hard one to crack, because I think if you are going to be driven to continue with research, you need to develop a sense of dissatisfaction with your current status, because that's what drives you to go on to do more. I think in the end, the fact that I managed to put together my PhD and that piece of work still for me stands as the kind of springboard for the rest of the work that I've done in my research career. So I think the collection of papers that came from that PhD would still be my greatest research achievement on paper. But I hope for much more in the future. So I'm working at the Karolinska now, and we have a whole lot of plans looking at various different things there. We're setting up a new luminal gastroenterology research group there, and in addition linking that to a large biobanking project for all GI diseases, but including inflammatory bowel disease. We're also collecting a new cohort of Crohn's disease patients and their unaffected siblings to do a more in-depth analysis similar to that which I did in my previous PhD project. And then in addition, looking to roll that out into ulcerative colitis patients. But I think, again, as I've touched on in some of the previous questions, I think the role of the microbiota in early years of life in terms of developing the immune system, I think is a very interesting area to look at, and we're looking at developing some projects in that area. And another area which I think is very interesting is the role of microbiota in extraintestinal manifestations of IBD, because it's quite easy to imagine why the microbiota might have a direct interaction with the gut immune system. They're just proximity would explain that. But why would the microbiota have some effect on extraintestinal distant sites? And we're also putting together some projects to look at that question as well. I feel very grateful and really happy to receive it. It's a great honour. But of course, it isn't really just me that receives this award. There's no way I could have produced the work that I've done so far without fantastic mentorship and teaching and learning from my supervisors, James Lindsay, Kevin Whelan and Andy Stagg, who were critical in teaching me how to put together quality research and how to never accept anything other than high quality. So although I'm very pleased to receive it myself, I feel like I stand with many people behind me who have helped me to get here.